Hey everyone, this is Garrett with Garrett's Goods. I'm back again, and today we're going to be making a caramel popcorn that my mom actually found and loves. All right, everybody. To start off, we're going to start out with a half a cup of Caro syrup, and we're just going to pour this right in here on a medium to medium low heat. Let all that come out. Now we're going to add a cup of packed brown sugar. Now we're going to start whisking and mixing our brown sugar with our Caro syrup. And this takes a couple minutes. We're just going to mix them together so they combine. Because then here in a second we're going to add our 3/4 of a cup of butter, which will be about a stick and a half of butter. We're going to add our butter. Now we're going to melt down the butter, and we're going to let it come to a low boil. We're going to set a timer for 2 minutes, and we're going to continuously stir it, because if you let it go without stirring it, it'll definitely burn. And we'll stir it for another minute, and then we'll take it off of the heat. And there's our timer. So now we're going to turn off our timer, we're going to turn off our heat, and we're going to keep stirring while we reach over here for our baking soda. See how it's lightening it up? It's going to lighten it up. And almost kind of like marshmallow almost, but not quite, because it gets really aerated. Okay, now I have 8 cups of popped popcorn that's lightly buttered. Now we're going to take our caramel sauce and we're going to lightly drizzle it over our popcorn. This looks so good, I just want to eat it up. I just washed my hands and now I've added butter to them so I can mix this without it sticking. You know, if my mother was here today with us, I bet you she could teach me how to do this better. Get over here.
Yeah, you know, Mom's here, and I did teach him.
What can I do to better mix this? How far should I mix it?
Have patience, and you want to have it as evenly distributed as you can. You have some heavier right here, so just hand toss it lightly. You are doing perfect.
Thank you. This is my first time actually making this recipe. Okay, so now we're going to take our popcorn with caramel and we're going to put it on pre-cooking sprayed parchment on our pans. And we're just going to take it by hand and we're just going to kind of spread it out a little bit. Now, we've spread it out like this so it cooks better, because we're going to cook it for an hour at 15-minute intervals. We're going to take it out and we're going to mix it. Normally I would put nuts in it, but my mom's recipe never had nuts in it because my father was always allergic. You can use peanuts, walnuts, pecans. My favorite way would probably have to be with candied pecans. My mom makes a really killer candied pecan. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the oven at 250 degrees, like I said, for an hour at 15-minute intervals. Okay, now 15 minutes have gone by and I've pulled it out so that I can toss it. You want to toss it so it bakes evenly and dries it out evenly. So we're going to take our two forks and we're just going to kind of lightly jostle it around a little bit and kind of turn it and make it look all nice and pretty again. And you want to keep it in as single of a layer as you can. That way you get even spreading on the heat when you're back in the oven. Now we're going to put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Keeping in mind we're going to rotate them on the racks. We're going to take the one that was on the top to begin with and put it on the bottom, and we're going to take the bottom one and put it on the top. And we're going to put it back in for another 15 minutes. Kind of break them up a little bit.
Okay, Garret, you can now straighten out the closer. I love you, Garret.
I love you too.
Come out and have a stick.
Hey guys, now that we're finished up letting it cool, we're going to go ahead and put it in a glass jar with a sealable lid. But before we seal it, we're going to go ahead and taste it because, you know, it is one of my favorites of my mom's. And as my mom says, we don't do good, we do great. And this is great.